organizations. Namaste and good evening to all. I, on behalf of entire fraternity of CBIP, welcome you all to this online course on cybersecurity for power professionals being conducted by CBIP under the guidance of CA. Today, we are honored to have the gracious presence of Sri M.A. KP Singh sir, Member Hydro CA, and Sri A.K. Dinkar sir, Secretary CBIP, and Sri P. Saxena ji from RRB NPL, faculty for this today's session. At the outset, we thanks all the organizations for nominating the participants and making the course a huge success. It is a matter of our pleasure to share that we have received overwhelming response and more than 100 participants have enrolled for this course. I would like to take this opportunity to especially thank Sri M.A. KP Singh sir for all the supports and encouragement provided for conducting this course on cybersecurity, which plays a vital role in the electrical power system. I also wish to thank him for sparing his valuable time today for attending the inaugural session. Further, I would like to thank our Secretary, sir, for always being the guidance force in our various programs being conducted by CBIP. Without his guidance, it would not have been possible to conduct this online certificate course. It is the vision and dynamic leadership of Sri A.K. Dinkar sir, Secretary CBIP, and Sri Sanjeev Singh sir, Director Energy CBIP, that CBIP is achieving new heights of the success. Now, I would like to request Sri A.K. Dinkar sir to welcome our chief guest, Sri M.A. KP Singh sir, and delegates from various organizations and say a few words. Sir.
Thank you, Chauhanji.
Please.
On behalf of Central Board of Irrigation and Power, I welcome Shri M.A. KP Singh sir, Member Hydro CA, in this online certificate course on cybersecurity. I would like to take this opportunity to thank him for the support extended for the conduction of this course and seek his expert guidance on making this course highly beneficial and advantageous to the participants. We hope CEA shall provide their support in future courses and seminars as arranged by CBIP in due course of time. I also extend a very warm welcome to the expert speakers and delegates from various esteemed organizations covering all the segments of power sector in this online certification course of cybersecurity. As you are aware, power sector is amongst the most critical infrastructure in the country, vulnerable to the cyber threats. Any cyber attack in this sector would either put the power supply position to compromise or render the grid operation insecure, which may further damage the equipment or may result in the grid failure. In this course, we shall access the growing sources of cyber risk in the power sector, track evolving threats, examine the nature of cyber supply chain risk, and understand the steps required for reducing them along with other detailed modules on cybersecurity. This course intends to equip a power sector professional working in any domain with the awareness on cybersecurity and help the organization create a secure cyber ecosystem. I am sure that the deliberations during the online course will be a long way in updating the knowledge of participants, and they will have an excellent opportunity to interact and exchange their views. Thank you. I once again welcome M.A. KP Singh sir and all the participants who have joined online. And I hope that this course will set a new benchmark, and I think with the support of M.A. KP Singh sir, we will do more such type of programs in future also. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Now, I request our chief guest, Sri M.A.K.P. Singh, sir, to present the inaugural address to the participants. Sir.
Thanks, my dear friends. And special thanks to Secretary CBIP Mr. Dikter and Mr. Sanjeev. They had approached me for starting this course, and this subject being close to my heart.
हम इसीलिए लास्ट में बोले इस सब चक्कर में बात पड़िएगा अभी हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते कि कंसीडर होगा कि नहीं होगा वो कमिटी डिसाइड करेगा इसके लिए हम कुछ नहीं बोल सकते लेकिन हम बोलते हैं इस फैक्टर पर रखिएगा
Sir, you are also got noted. Mr. KP Singh, sir, you also got muted.
Now I am audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. First of all, I thanks all of you for inviting me and for giving the inaugural address to this 120 hours course stretched over 3 months actually. This course has been designed specifically for the professionals who are really not free during the office hours. Not only their office engagements, but the many other activities keeps them engaged and they are not free for attending such type of courses. So we thought of such type of courses where people can learn at their own pace actually. This course has a very unique characteristic. It is having theory part, and we also propose to have some sort of hands-on sessions at some of the labs actually that we will decide later on. But the very thing that is available is that you can have interaction with the faculties all throughout after the lecture is over, throughout these 3 months actually, to review your course material, to refresh your memory, and if you have any doubts, if you need any further suggestions or further advice on the course actually material, the thing is that you should, after completion of this course, able to understand all the nuances that are associated with the cyber security. It is not only a course in which you attend the lecture and go home and then you forget after some times actually what you were taught actually. Here we are going to make you capable of working all by yourself on your equipments for securing them actually. So what we intend is that you should be able to understand that how a system behaves when they are under attack or they are compromised, and how to identify which components are we have been compromised or attacked, or where the hackers have penetrated and they are lying dormant actually to launch their cyber attack at a later date. Further, you should be able to, in the case of crisis, isolate those systems which are compromised and not behaving as per the function requirement of your business function. You should be able to bring back after sanitization, after cleaning them and rebuilding your system to resume your normal functioning of the business process. So that is the capability that we want to build at your level actually, and not depending on any other AMC team or OEM teams. So we want to make you feel very confident that you can handle the cyber crisis at your own level, and with the comfort that whatever step or action you are taking is are the right ones and in the right direction for ensuring security. And mostly people are very much afraid or feel uncomfortable to take actions like disconnecting the system or taking steps which are not familiar with the people actually. So in this regard, the courses are so designed that you can interact with the faculty member and identify what were the solutions to the problems that you faced in your system in the past few years actually. So today is the day from where you should start feeling comfortable. Ask the questions to the faculty members. Like today, Prashant Saxena is there. He is a master of mid-tray attack and defender actually. So you should be very well aware what sort of tactics and techniques these hackers adopt actually. So through some of the hints, you will be able to know which is the actor group who are after your system. Remember that if your system is not compromised today, it would have been compromised earlier and you are not aware of it, or you may be attacked sooner or later, or the eyes of the hackers had not fallen on your system. So every system, even so hardened to the best effort actually, may fall prey to any of the persistent attacker actually. They are having the tools and the inner strength and willpower to keep on attacking your system until they get the success, because it is very difficult to catch them, prosecute them, and prevent them from attacking on your system. Moreover, we ourselves, because we are not cyber hygiene pro actually, so we ourselves give many of the pathways to these attackers to enter into our system, like phishing mails actually, falling prey to some of the shortcut measures like using CDs and external disk drives and pen drives. These are the sources where the infection are easy to penetrate into your system, and when we have a centralized LAN or WAN, they penetration from one system to another system becomes very easy, and you don't know at the last where the infection took place earlier and how it spread actually. So the vulnerability today is that from IT system, the malicious malware can percolate into your OT system. You have been very much aware of the recent attacks on the power sector also, and some of the critical sectors. Like one of the recent very example of the attack is the Colonial Pipeline actually. They had to shut down their system. They had to pay the ransomware, but still their file was not decrypted, and they could not get back their files even after paying the ransomware. So paying ransom is also not a solution. In our Indian entities also, some of the entities have been facing this ransomware attack, and they have somehow managed to avoid paying ransom, but these system have fallen prey to such ransomware attack, means that our system is weak and fragile and needs some hardening measures. So when you go back to your system, you try to analyze whether your system is hardened or is vulnerable, and how, if vulnerable, how vulnerable it is actually. So please try to imbibe whatever is being taught and use them on your system actually. I don't mean that you start straight away doing BAPT, but you should be aware what are the tools, what are the techniques through which you can be able to find out the vulnerabilities in your system, and what are the solution for these vulnerabilities actually. So because we have come across many of those cybersecurity audit reports where the auditors have just done a superficial audit actually, and did not go into depth of the system. Like most of the auditors, they don't touch your OT system. So if they don't touch your OT system, which is the prime requirement of the continuity of your business function, how can you know your system is vulnerable free, actually malware free? So if any hacker somehow finds his path into your OT system, your system will remain stable. You have to be very much aware that these systems need to be audited regularly, and what are the things that has to be looked during the audit process. So one area in which I would request you to understand is the ISO 27001, 27019. These standards should be on your tips actually. The controls that are mandated in these standards they should be you should be very much familiar with this actually, and should be aware what sort of control will help you to prevent what sort of a crisis that may happen in your system. So I would request CBIP to see that all people get a chance to analyze the vulnerability of the system of each and every utility member and find out their controls which are necessary. So when they go back, when they look into their ISMS certification, they see that the controls are there or not actually. And if they are not, then next review they should add these controls actually. So that is the point. And 27th and 19 is specific to the power sector. You please try to go through it also. That will help you to understand what are the requirement of the power sector, specific power sector actually. Because power sector, the equipments are having a life of 35 years. You have to prevent them. So the security has to be very hard, not as soft as that of IT equipment is actually. Most of the hackers are able to get into our system is because we don't configure them properly. So in this course, you should be able to configure your system actually, so that you can make the task of the attacker very difficult to get into the system and then to percolate to other critical systems. So please try to see that all of your systems like firewalls, they are configured so that there is no chance of anybody getting into it which is not whitelisted. So I would request CBIP that there should be a mechanism during this course, like in the chat box, all the participants can address their questions and the faculty may address them at their after the classes is over, because to save the time for more delivery of the lecture actually. And these questions can be shared, question answer can be shared with all the participants for the benefit of all actually. Moreover, we should be very much enthusiastic of understanding what are the scenarios, what are the landscapes of threats that are emerging in the power sector, especially in the developed countries, because these countries like US, they are also facing such similar attacks actually. And Ukraine is one of the country which has been shamed for two such events actually. But the thing is that that was in a geopolitical scenario in which the Russia and Ukraine were at the war actually. That percolated to such level that the attack was created, and it was to say that your system is under our control. So let us try to see that our system doesn't go into the hands of the others. We should be able to identify from where the attackers can get into system, what should be installed at these access points, like what should be your IPS and IDS. So even if you have IPS and IDS, whether the technology is sufficient to secure your system, whether you have configured it properly or not actually, whether you are maintaining the logs or not, and more important is if you are storing the logs, whether you are analyzing these logs or not actually. What thing do you get from these logs actually? Do you see any abnormal behavior actually of the communication that is going in and out from your these gateways? So in this course, you please try to learn these things, and we will try to have some sessions where you can have hands-on sessions and to replicate your system, to see how the things could be built up in your own system by through test benches. So we would be requesting CBIP to make such arrangements. There are few labs in the countries where they do such type of things actually. So we would be very much uh, uh, we expect you participant to interact and to come out with your problems actually, because these sessions are not a theory session in session that they are written in the textbooks. they are basically solutions to your problems actually. So if you tell your problems, we'll come out with the solutions which are, if they are not on hand available, we'll try to surf and learn and try to explain to you actually. So please see how you create your data center, how you create your data recovery center, how you protect both these things, how you create a backup of your data, and if you get compromised, how you rebuild the system without taking help of any other parties actually. So, and you feel confident that the data what you have as a backup is secure and safe data to the last entry actually, so that you don't miss any data. That is more important actually. So security of the data is more important. Moreover, is important is the protection functions that your systems carries out actually, because in our power sector, the the requirement of tripping is so fast actually. We cannot have a laxity, like we cannot have a goose signal actually. So we cannot have a relook or examine the goose signal actually for protection of this from man in the middle attack. So such type of things you should try to find out. Let us find out the vulnerability in each and every protocol, how to defend ourselves, because many of our systems are legacy systems. They are going on the old protocols actually. Even the best protocol that we use right now, 104, is also hackable actually. It is also not secure actually. And what to talk about the proprietary protocols? We don't know their functions. We don't know the source code actually, how vulnerable they are actually. So let us try to go into depth of each and every aspect of our system weakness and how best we can harden them for and making the job of the hackers difficult actually. That's all what we can do. We cannot prevent the attack. If they are bent upon attacking our system, they will do it one in the one way, one go, two go, or multiple times actually. So I would request all the participants to be ready with their questions, ready with their problems, and ready to share their ideas if they come across some of the solutions which they learned in the due course of their own some of the trainings or some of the interaction with the seniors or peer people or these auditors actually. So that is all from my side, but I would request the faculty members also to be more interactive, to be more deliverable actually. And it is not just passing the time. We should be able to guide these people and make the source material available to them so that they can come well prepared next time in the lecture actually, and they can participate well in the discussion itself actually. We have evening classes also. We have Saturday, Sundays also, and we will be also conducting some exams in the short term as well as in the long term, so that to see your understanding of the subject matter actually. I would request Secretary CVIP also to frame some good questions whereby the innovativeness, intuitiveness of the participants is made clear actually. The faculty member should be able to guide them to develop the thinking process in, because this is a area in which the people have yet to make a inroads actually. I myself would be helping you in if you are requiring some sort of support. My team will be with you, and they will be also joining in the discussions. I would request them also to jump into the discussion if their need is there. And if you feel like coming to CSAT Power that is being established at CA, you are most welcome. We can arrange visit to some of the institutions also where you can have a more detailed understanding of the subject matter. So we want you to drive the maximum benefit out of this course. It is a course which will give you a value of each and every rupee, each and every minute that you spend on this course actually. So that is all from my side. I wish you all the best, and we will be meeting off and on. And the faculty members, if you feel like some faculties are there who can deliver some good material for you, we would request you to name them. We will put on board and see that they are there as a faculty member for this course. With this, I once again thanks Secretary CBIP, Mr. Dinkar, Sanjeev Kumar, Director Energy, and all the members who are associated with organizing this course at CBIP, and the faculty members who will be delivering the lectures all throughout these 120 hours sessions in next 3 months actually. With this, I see that now it is a time to start your first lecture. Mr. Prashant Saxena is there. He is, I think, a very good faculty, and he is a master actually. And I would request you to go through his books that he has written and try to use him in the best possible manner. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your suggestions, directions, and guidance to us. And we will take all the precautions and implement all these suggestions advised by you. And in future also, sir, we request your kind support to the CBIP in conduct. Thank you very much, sir, once again. Now, on behalf of CBIP and all the participants, we welcome Sri Prashant Saxena ji from RRVPNL, who is having vast experience in the field of cybersecurity and is renowned expert on this subject. We request Sri Prashant Saxena sir to commence the first technical session, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Am I audible, sir, properly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you. Thank you to MEKP, sir, and all the CBIP team for arranging such a wonderful training. And it's really need of our that the power sector professionals will require such a wonderful training because when I've seen the program brochure, I'm just very much happy that such a wonderful syllabus the CBIP team has crafted. And this is really a need of ours. So from today, I'm taking this session, and let me share my screen. Then I will start with my session. So is my screen visible? Can anybody confirm, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. So today we will be talking about the very important pillars of cybersecurity. We are not going deeper dive into the so much of technicality because this is a very first lecture, and I personally wish that in this very first lecture we must focus on the basics of cybersecurity, that why the cybersecurity is important in the power sector, why the cybersecurity has a different paradigm in compared to the other organizations. If I talk about some other organization which may be into some production or some in other business fields, why the power sector is having a different paradigm. So we will be talking on that. And today I will be talking on the different type of cybersecurity frameworks. As MEKP Singh sir has already said that MITRE ATT&CK framework is a really important framework. So I will be talking a little bit about it, and I have requested the management team of CBIP to put a specific lecture because I need around 3-hour session to teach MITRE ATT&CK to all the people. So they are putting a separate session on that. So this is about today's agenda. We will be talking about like what is cybersecurity, why cybersecurity is important, what is cyber risk, what are the different factors that are contributing to the cyber risk, and how we are going to detect that risk. Because actually there are two type of analogy on which we are working. One is when we are working on the defender approach, and one we are working as an attacker approach. So till now we are working on a defender approach, but I wish that everybody after this 120-hour session will be thinking like an attacker. They have enough capabilities and enough credentials to think like an attacker. He must develop the skills of an attacker even don't have. Because if you work and think like an attacker, you have a better understanding over the concept. Also, you have an upper hand that how the attacker can work and how you are going to face that. Also, we will be talking on the basic risk models. What are the basic risk models and what are the basic cybersecurity frameworks like NERC, ISO frameworks are there, NIST is there. And at the last, we will be talking about the difference between the cybersecurity of OT and cybersecurity of IT. What are the major differences between the IT and OT systems, and how we are going to cater the specific needs for IT and OT. And at the last, we will be doing some risk assessment. I have prepared a slide for you where I want personally that everybody should participate in that to have that risk assessment at your own. And at the last, we'll be talking about the NIST cybersecurity framework. So this is our today's agenda, and we will try to cover it as per our schedule of 2 hours. But in case some extra time required, I will be taking a little more. Yeah. So this is a very old saying from Professor Jenny Safford. He said that the only system which is truly secure is only which is switched off and unplugged, locked in a titanium safe, buried in a concrete bunker, and is surrounded by nerve gas and very highly paid armed guard. Why he has said this? Because as Singh Saab has already said that if somebody has an intention to attack, he will definitely attack, because your system is exposed on the internet, your system is exposed to everyone over the web. So how you are going to protect it is the main skill you're going to have. Okay, you have to think like a person where everybody is going to attack your system, and you need to develop the skills to protect your system. So that's why Professor Ganesh Safford has said that only a switched off system can be treated as a safest. So this is a very old thing. So I thought to share with you so that you can have a view that if some people saying that my system is not connected to internet, we are working in very isolation. But nobody knows that when there is an insider attack or some insider mistake, some USB got plugged in, or there is a specific term baiting, BAITING, in which USB is dropped intentionally onto the table of a person. So these type of things have happened a lot, and we have seen many cyber attacks just because of this. So this is very important to have overconfidence is not required, because most of the people having a overconfidence that our system is not connected to internet, it means we are safe. So this is not a way. We have to think. Yeah, please.
Sorry to interrupt, Prashant. I think somebody has raised his hand. So can we just
actually I am not able to see that now. So
yeah, someone has raised his hand. So
yeah, please.
Mr. A.K. Mehto.
Yes,
I think
my question is that, hello?
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah,
please go ahead, sir.
My question is for not only this, for all questions, whether we'll get these slides accordingly, we note down or keep notes according to that.
Yes, slides will be shared with you, sir. That's not an issue.
So, sir, we will sharing the slides and as well as the recording of the session, sir. You don't worry, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Is it fine? Shall we go ahead?
Yes, please. Mehto, sir, can you please lower down your hand, please? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we will be talking a little bit about, because now in this very first session, I'm not going to dive deeper into the technicalities. I just want to make you people aware, make the participant aware that why the importance of cybersecurity becomes so much important in case of power sector. As you can see in other type of businesses, what maximum one attack can do, what maximum. So if we talk about the maximum attack, what it can do, it can delete the data, or it can encrypt the data using some ransomware, and maybe some customer records or employee records or trade secrets can be theft, or maybe there is a reputational damage or loss of productivity. Okay, let us suppose any factory who is creating some cars or even some bigger machinery, even they got an cyber attack, max to max they have a reputational damage, max to max they have a financial damage. But if we talk about the electrical utilities, but when we talk about the power system specifically, so the attacks which is going to be happen will be creating the cyber physical consequences, which is a very much far importance, and it is having a far greater impact on to the general public, because there are a lot of safety concerns that are connected with the cyber physical consequences. Also, when we have seen in many of the places, whenever there is a attack on a grid or somewhere, the problem of blackout arises, and for a long term people are not able to have access to the electricity, and which is a basic need of this time, because most of the each and everything is running on the electricity. We are all from the power system, and we know that whether it is an electric train, or whether nowadays we are moving on to the electric vehicle, EVs and all, and whether it is a hospital, whether it is the airport, so everyone is having electricity requirement, and if there is any type of interruption in the services, so it will be creating a greater cyber physical consequences. In comparison to the other type of businesses, the destroyed physical assets is a really big thing, because whenever there is a high voltage, whenever there is a high voltage due to any attack, because sometimes the values of RTUs are being changed using the MITM attack. I will be talking about the MITM attack and different type of attacks in the later sessions. So just keep it right now here only. So whenever some values of RTUs are changed, or the SAS values have changed, the substation automation systems are being compromised. So there is a lot of physical assets which are being destroyed, because the transformers which are of 500 MVA or very even much higher capacity have faced a lot of stressed out all due to this, and we have seen already that there is a greater impact onto the physical assets. So we have to understand, if we talk and compare with the two different type of scenarios where we have a non-critical sector versus our critical sector. Actually we are into the critical sector, so there is a big difference between a non-critical and a critical, because when we are working into the critical sector, so we have a higher level of responsibility, we have a higher level of understanding required, because in case of some state sponsored attack, if some attack is sponsored from some enemy country, so we have to be aware very much to handle such situations. Okay, so if I talk specifically about the power sector, that what are the different vulnerabilities arise in the power sector, so I will be talking one by one so that you can have a better understanding, because nowadays we are moving on to the smart grids. So you can see when we have started moving on to the smart grids, even it is not deployed on such a greater level, it is still on a testing level and all. So when a new deployment came out, so definitely a lot of new stakeholders are going to come. So a lot of new stakeholders are going to become, and definitely when different vendors are coming into the system and different organizations are coming into the system, so there is always a risk that the proper vulnerability testing, proper the certifications, the proper factory acceptance tests, FAT has not done properly. So there is a risk in the specifically for the power sector. Also, there are the increasing the complexity of the grid could introduce vulnerabilities and increase exposure to potential attackers and intentional errors. So this is important, because sometimes there are unintentional errors which is also creating the vulnerability in the specific to the power sector. Also in the smart grids, which is the future of our nation, interconnected networks can introduce common. Sir, you want to say something, sir? Hello. Somebody has unmuted.
Sir, you please carry on, sir. Sorry for the disturbances.
No issues. No issues.
I try not to disturb the speaker.
No issues. If anybody has any question, he just unmute and keep, because I would love to take physical sessions, but due to all this we are going to have this online session. So please make yourself comfortable in the class. If any moment of time you want to ask any question, maybe it is a small or big, just go ahead. just unmute your mic and ask. Okay, so be comfortable in the class. So I'm talking about the different type of vulnerabilities that are going to be exposed due to the interconnected networks. Also, there is a lot of hardware issues. Specifically, if I talk about the RTOs in the power sector, we have a lot of RTOs that are Chinese made, and lot of devices into the OT environment of the power sector that are purchased from the land border countries, and also there is a issue. There is a possibility. I'm not saying there is a possibility of an issue where a malicious software or firmware is being embedded into the RTOs itself. So there is always a risk. Also, when there is an increased number of entry points and path, because if I talk about a grid, so let us take this is our central grid, and lot of states are injecting their power in it. So the end of the day, the whole grid is working onto the concept of balancing. If one state is not working properly, you can see that different states are being impacted. So in the same way, this is a mesh network in the power sector specifically. So if one of the network is not working fine, everybody will be impacted. So it is having a cascading effect. Also, with the increase of new technologies, new vulnerabilities are definitely increasing. So we have to take care of specifically that if we are introducing any new technology, maybe you are introducing some new IPS into your system or some new IDS into your system, some firewall you are introducing. So try to have a proper VAPT, try to have proper security check of these devices so that you can have a better and good visibility of the security issues of that particular device. Also, the expansion of the amount of data that will be collected that can lead to the potential for compromise of data confidentiality, including the breach of customer privacy. So these are the basic vulnerabilities that I found out in the power sector. These are not the limited. These are not the final. There can be other vulnerabilities also, and if you people feel that there are more vulnerabilities in power sector which I have just forgot to list it, so just type into the chat box so that I can also get updated. Okay, so let's start with the some very basics of the cyber security, because I've already said I'm not going to deep dive. So what is the information? Can anybody unmute himself or herself and define what is the information? Anyone?
Yeah, the process data is called information.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One by one, you can say, sir, please.
The processed data is called information.
Okay.
In
so,
a short.
Okay.
Short
So
note.
data is an information. Okay. Other than this?
No. Sorry. Data is not an information. The processed data.
Processed data. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I said if raw data, what about raw data? Do you think raw data is information?
Raw data is not exactly information, but yeah, it's like information can be derived from the data, maybe from the raw data as well.
Can be a meaningful form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is not exact information. Yeah.
Okay. So let me take an example, if specifically to the power sector, when we talk about the RTOs and from the RE generators, we are getting the data into the 101 and 104. Okay. So that data is into the, it is coming into the form of stream. Okay. It is coming into the stream in the 110 digital format. So any data which is coming to our system, we have to take care of it. Okay. So we are not having an analogy that this is not a meaningful data or a meaningful data or an unmeaningful data. Information, any type of data which is coming into your network or exiting onto your network is a very important and integral part for a cybersecurity practitioner. Why I have intentionally put down this slide? Because we have a very much clear understanding that what is the information. So every is a single if I say when we taking about the practical sessions about the network sniffing and all, so every single DNS query, if we are analyzing some compromised system, and each and every single DNS query or some GSP queries are there, so everything should be analyzed in a proper manner, because nowadays, what I've seen is using the DNS queries, the attackers are exfiltrating the data. Okay, because otherwise, if they have used the HTTP or HTTPS or some other mode of communication to exfiltrate the data, so in that case, we are having a good IPS and IDS system implemented and installed in our environment. But what is happening nowadays, a lot of attackers has changed their system and they are using the DNS exfiltration techniques. So information is a very important part, and each and every information, whether it is a meaningful, it is a non-meaningful, but we have to take care of it, that we should give enough attention to each and every information that is going to be passed from our system. Okay, so if I talk about types of information, so there are some physical information, there are some digital information, and there are some mental information. So when we talk about cyber security specifically, we will be taking care of the digital information. But if we are talking about the information security, okay, so there are two different things. Let me try. One is a information security and other is a cyber security. Okay, so when we are talking about information security, all the three should be covered. Physical information should be covered, mental information should be covered, and also the digital information should be covered, because during the information security management system, we are using ISO 27001 to implement the information security management system in our organization. And as per the controls in the ISMS enshrined, the physical security, the physical information is also to be kept safe. Okay, so this is a common mistake in many practitioners, that physical information is not taken care of when we talk about the cyber security, and mental information is also not an issue. But in case of cyber security, when we are specifically talking, we are taking care of the digital information, all type of digital information or digital assets, or if I say digital devices, are taken care of in the cyber security. So in most of the classes, we will be talking on how to protect the digital assets, how to protect the digital devices, what are the different devices which are responsible for safeguarding your system from the unauthorized access and all. Okay, so this is the main difference between the information security and the cyber security. And most of the people confuse themselves that information security is same as cyber security. No, this is a very big difference. When we talk about information security, we going to take the whole of the thing on a very holistic level, on a very bird eye view level. But when we talk about cyber security, we have to take care of the digital devices. Okay, so what is cyber security is all about? A successful cybersecurity approach has multiple layers of protection spread across the computer, network, programs, or data that were intended to keep safe. In an organization, the people, or process, and technology must all complement each other to create an effective defense for cybersecurity. So if we want to implement a proper justified cybersecurity environment in our organization, so what are the three main pillars for that? So the three main pillars are people, process, and technology. So this is also called as a PPT framework. Okay, so this is called as a PPT framework, where people, process, and technology, these three things are very much important to implement a good cybersecurity environment into your organization. Okay, so let us talk about these things, because these are not so much technical, but these are the very much building blocks for you people to have this whole 120 session. Because most of the thing, with my experience, I would say people are having putting a more focus on this part. Okay, so let us talk about all these three, about the people, process, and technology, and then we will say we will discuss that which is the weakest link. Okay, so let us discuss about this people, process, and technology. So when we talk about how we protect information, so to protect the information, we require three important pillars. We require three important things in the organization. The first is a process. sorry, the first is the pupil. So when we're talking about the pupil, the most important thing is that how the people are trained, because until and unless people are not trained, they do not know how to protect the system. So today we are here, like 80 to 90 participants have joined, and everybody is listening to this very lecture. We are going to listen other industry experts also. So this is the thing that we are going to done today, that is training, education, awareness, and the important is repetition. I will be talking repetition just a few minutes later. So training is a very important thing. Until and unless manpower is properly trained, he is not able to analyze the thing, because the attacking scenarios are changing very much rapidly. When I'm talking about the MITRE ATT&CK framework, you can see in every 6 months MITRE is releasing the new guidelines. They are adding new type of attacks into the system, even specifically for the OT systems. Earlier I have seen like there are like 4 to 5% increase in the new type of attacks in the MITRE ATT&CK framework. But now I have seen it is around 8% new attacks added each and every year for the attack framework. It means that the number of new attacks are evolving day by day, and due to this new attacks are evolving, we have to be aware and update. Most of the organization just give one or two training there to their employees and just think. Even my organization has faced some issues. Then I have talked with my management and convinced them. So this is very important. So we have to update ourselves. The pupil updation is very much is important. Pupil education is very much important. Pupil awareness is very much important. And the thing which I have taught, that is repetition. These all things are to be repeated on a fixed duration. These all things are to be repeated. If a person is trained for some ISO framework, maybe at that time he is like ISO 27001 2013 version he has trained of. At that time there are 114 controls in the ISO framework, but now there are less than 100 controls in that. So there is a requirement of repetition. Until unless the people are not getting proper training, they cannot do better with their organization. The second part is about the processes. When we talk about processes, we have to take care of the governance, oversight, policy, and reporting, because process is the thing that will set the liability of the employee, set the liability of the employee to work to his restricted area, to his specified area, because process is the something that will help you out, that how you going to put the controls into your system, because until unless you are not putting proper controls into your system, you cannot do that. Okay, everybody is talking about like we have to secure our system through using very high security password, 12-digit password, which should be alphanumeric with a special character. But is there any policy existing for that? So it is very important that existence of a policy is important. So this is very important. Policy is important. How the senior management is working on, what are the oversight, how you look your organization after few months or after some time. So today we are talking about like NIST framework. And in that NIST framework, what is the beauty of this NIST framework? That you can create a target profile. When we were talking about the current profile and target profile, so you will see that the end domain expertise of your organization is to have a target profile, and this oversight will help you in setting up the process to implement the cyber security. Okay, so and the third important pillar is about the technology. When we talk about the technology, we are using lot of devices, like we are using firewalls, IDS, IPS. On Sunday, I'm taking the session on firewall and all these security devices. So on that day, we will be talking and discussing more on that. Now SIEM is a part of SOC, Security Operations Center. Okay, then we have anti-malware devices. Then we are talking about the password policy. We will be talking about the logging, monitoring, syslog servers and all. So this is all of creating about the technology. So if I talk now I have a question to all of you people, that which is the weakest link, and because weakest link is to be taken care of first, because if we are not able to find the vulnerability between inside the organization, we are trying to find the vulnerability in the firewalls. We are regularly appointing the auditor to do the VAPT of firewall, IDS, IPS for our router switches. But if I talk about the whole process, So we have to find the weakest link. We have to find the weakest link. So what you people think, what is the weakest link in the cyber security? If I talk about the people, process and technology right now in your organization?
I think people.
People. What other people say?
Yes, people only.
Sir, I think the culture, because any of the these of three will get weak, then cyber attack may get happen.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, you are also right. But if I say who will implement the process? Let me ask some simple questions from you. Who will?
Ultimately, the people.
Who will implement the
Because
process? The people are the important because they are the weakest link, because they
people
are
are
the
the
person.
responsible for implementing the process.
Definitely.
Because
People.
whether they are going for a new technology or process, the adoption is to be decided by the people only.
Definitely.
Everything is driven by people.
Yes, everything is driven by the people. Definitely. So, do you think that most of the organizations are putting an enough emphasis on technology? If I say, let me give a small example, maybe some people are not in agree with you. If there is a training of 2 lakh rupees, management will will say just no to you. But if you say that there is a firewall of 45 lakhs, we need to buy it. So which is easy to do, the 2 lakh training or 45 lakh firewall?
Firewall
Firewall, yes. Buying a firewall for an organization, yes. So buying a firewall for an organization is an easy task, and putting an employee for a specific forensic investigation training and spending a 2 lakh rupees on his training is a tedious task for the management. So this thing we have to check, and I think most very senior people are here also. So this is very important, that people are the very important part of the cyber security, because until unless people are not having enough awareness, even the people who are not directly the part of your cyber security team, people are not directly into the IT environment, but the basic awareness of the cyber security is important, because end of the day the users which are even not IT friendly, they can be responsible for implementing or impounding some malwares into your system. So this is very important. That's why I put down some special time for this particular slide, so that you can have a better understanding to understand the people, process and technology. Okay, so the people refers to the human resource available at the firm's disposal. The people are the ones who do the task described in the process, sometimes by leveraging the technology. What is the process? The process is the steps or action that combine to produce a particular goal. The process in the PPT framework mostly defines the how aspect. I've talked about the PPT framework. PPT framework is people, process and technology. So the process will tell you how the how aspect of the thing, that how the thing is going to happen, how we will achieve the desired results, how do we utilize the people and technology to solve the business problem. Process is the repeatable action that theoretically produces the same result independent of who performs them. So this is very important. Process should give the same result independently of the person who is doing. Okay, those are third is technology. The technology provides the tools that the technology can use to implement the process. It also help automate some part of the process. Ideally, the latest and the fastest technology create the most important impact. Okay, so this is like a basic introduction about the PPT framework. So now you are going to see.
We have.
Yes, please.
We have two hands raised. We have two hands raised, Mr.
Yeah, please
Santosh
ask
Kumar.
your question, sir. Please
Yeah,
go ahead, sir.
and
mine is over.
Yeah, please, sir. Please. Go
yes,
ahead,
sir. Please.
Mine is over. I have already replied that.
Okay, he has already asked, sir. He has already asked.
Sir, my question is, during technology, we listed some very critical important aspect. So I will request that in subsequent session, you may please cover multi-factor authentication and zero trust environment in OT network.
Yes, sir. We will be talking on the MFA and ZTN, sir, in future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we will be talking about that, sir. Any more questions?
Santosh Kumar sir, can you please lower down your hand because it's a bit confusing. It's still raised. Santosh Kumar sir. Thank you. So again, it is raised, sir. Can you just please lower down your hand? Thank you. Yeah, Shanji, continue, please.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so this is like you are able to see a photo on the screen. So what exactly we are actually doing into our organizations? This is, if I say, this is basically a VAPT certificate. Okay, let me just mark. This is a jewelry shop. No, this is our SCADA environment. Okay, and this person is a VAPT certificate. We have. Are you doing enough efforts to really closing this VAPT? The audit reports that the auditor is sharing with you, are you really going to patch that? Are you doing that thing? So this is very important. That's why I put down this photo intentionally, this picture intentionally here, because every time now we are having some false sense of security. Every time when we are going for some ISO 27000 audit, 27,000 audit. So most of the times, some organization or some people just going to have a scenario where they just required a certificate to just put on the wall or to share with the ministry and all. But this is not a way. When we need to have a proper cybersecurity implementation of your organization, this person who is sleeping behind this poster need to be awake. Okay, and this is actually the person responsible for the cyber security. Do you people agree with me or not? We need to awake this person.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Yes.
I'm agreed with you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is very important. This certificate is the attacker will not see this certificate. Okay, they are having they have done their VAPT, so we will not going to attack them. Okay, so this is just a certificate. Just put a cross on this person and try to awake this person so that the best security system will work. It is also written even the best security system work only function when it is activated. So we have to activate the system. We have to activate the people. Okay. Now let us define some theoretical definitions of cybersecurity. Then we will be moving on to the other topics of risk environment or on risk assessment. So let's do that. So what is a cybersecurity exactly means? So cybersecurity involves the practice of implementing multiple layers of security and protection against digital attack across computer devices, systems, and network. So when I say about the multiple layer of security, what are the multiple layer of security? If I talk in cybersecurity, let me talk with a very small example so that you can have a better understanding. Okay. So let us take this is a PC, okay, or any server or something. You can take it as any digital access. This is a PC. So do you think that securing this PC physically is also important? What do you people think?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when we talk
Yes, sir.
about when we talk about cyber security, so physical security is a important layer of security. So now this PC is going to be connected through some network. This is a switch or something. Okay, it is going to be connected through some network for the data transmission. So whenever a digital device is connected to a network or something, then there is a second layer of security arise, that is a network security. Okay, and the third important part of the cyber security is do you run any OS or something on a PC, or you are not using any software on that? Every PC or server or router required a software. Even the Cisco required a iOS software for that. Is it right or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have some applications. We have some application deployed in. So there is a requirement of the application security. Okay. So these are the important layers of security. Now we can enhance them into the cloud security or into the different type of other peripheral devices. But these are the major classifications if I talk about the layers of security: the physical security, network security, and application security. Okay, so this is one more very good definition. Actually, I like this definition very much. So cybersecurity refers to the body of technologies, processes, and practices designed to protect network devices and program and data from attack, damage, and unauthorized access. Actually, if we spend 2 or 3 minutes on this definition, you will see that entire scenario that we have discussed till now in the last 30 or 35 minutes is defined into this. So, okay, so if I talk word to word to this definition, cybersecurity refers to the body of technology. We have talked about the people, process, and technology. So this is the part people. This is the part like people, process, and technology, because practices is going to be followed by the people. So we can correlate practice with people, process, and technology designed to protect what we are going to protect, because this is very important. What we are going to protect, unless we do not have a target, what we are going to protect, we cannot put our special efforts. So we are going to protect our network, we are going to protect our device, we are going to protect our program. So that's why this is the same thing we have already discussed. Like we have to physical security, network security, and application security, and data from attack, damage, and unauthorized access. Okay, so let me give you a small example. We are into the cyber security field right now. Everybody is working to the best of their knowledge in this field. So let me ask a simple question from you. Like 7 to 8 years before, I think everybody has faced the problem where the files are getting into the shortcut. Do you people think is it right or wrong? And nowadays these type of things are not happening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is right.
It is right. Can anybody tell why it is? Why? Now my question is why? Why this shortcut problem is just vanished out in just 2 or 3 years?
It is
Why this
kind of
problem?
virus, I think.
Eh?
It is kind of virus, I think.
Actually, the thing is that it all depends on the motive of attacker. Okay. When we talk about the advanced framework like MITRE attack framework and all, we will be talking on the threat hunting concepts. But till now, just keep yourself about the motive of attack. Okay. Motive of attack. Okay, like 7 to 8 years before, the motive of the attack is to damage the data. Okay. Before 7 to 8 years, the motive is to damage the data because the attackers are not having enough capability to maintain the persistence. They are not having enough capability to maintain the persistence. So they just created the malware. They have just created the software or some worms or trojans in that way so that it's going to damage your data. But now the intention of attacker has totally changed. Now the attacker is trying to have the unauthorized access plus theft. Now they have a target to have unauthorized access and theft. So you can see in like 7 to 8 years, the whole scenario is being changed. Earlier, we have not even listened about the APT, advanced persistent threats, which are sitting into your system for 4 to 5 years even, and they are activating on the command of some C2 IP after 4 or 5 years. So the scenario has completely changed. So we have to evolve ourselves so that we can face the critical situation, face the critical issues that the attackers can do with us. So any questions up to this? Any question? Anyone want to have any question up to this? No one? Okay, so let's go ahead. So if I talk about cybersecurity domains, because many domains will be touched in this 120 hours program, and different domains we will be talking about. We will be talking about framework and standards. We will be talking about the risk assessment. Today also we will do some risk assessment exercises. We will be talking on governance. We will be talking on threat intelligence, for security engineering, probably on career development. Maybe we do not going to speak a lot. For the security operations, for the security operations centers and all, CSOC and all, and these user awareness training and all. So I think in this program we are going to touch in each and every area of cyber security. So this is CIA. I think most of the people has already aware about the CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. But let me take just take 2 to 5 minutes, and I want to give a new version of the CIA to you people, that how the confidentiality, integrity, and availability will really affect your system if proper attention and proper taken is not taken care of. So what is threat in cybersecurity? It is very important to understand what are the threats in cybersecurity. So cybersecurity threats can be broadly classified into 3 categories. That is threats to confidentiality, threats to integrity, and threats to availability. I'm not going to going to discuss what is the definition of confidentiality, what is the definition of integrity and availability. I know that you people have already attended so much of sessions, and now there is enough maturity in each and every participant that what is a CIA triad and all. I'm going to talk what are the threats to confidentiality, what are the threats to integrity, and what are the threats to availability. So these categories correspond to 3 main objectives of the CIA, that is confidentiality, integrity, availability, that we used to say is a CIA triad. So let us talk about threats to confidentiality. These threats involve unauthorized access to information. They aim to breach privacy by accessing sensitive data without consent. Example of such threat includes phishing attacks, spywares, and keyloggers. Because when we talk about the implementing and imparting the cybersecurity frameworks into our organization, we have to take care of that. Phishing is a really big issue that everybody is taking care of. Even the defense is facing a very big issue all due to this phishing. Even the space organization ISRO has faced the issues of phishing. So because email ID and the mobile numbers are not that much easy to gain of any organization. So in that case, there are a lot of phishing attacks. So phishing these attacks aim to trick users into divulging sensitive information such as login credentials or financial information. So two important things that I want to add with this phishing attack is that is fear and greed. Okay. So every time whenever there is a fear or greed, there is a chance of phishing attack. If somebody is sending you a mail that your mailbox is increased, that is a greed. And if somebody is saying that your Aadhaar is going to be blocked, that is a fear. Also, if I talk about phishing, some new terms I need to introduce with you. One is a vishing, and another one is a smishing. Okay, how many of you know about this vishing and smishing? And one more word is baiting. Can anybody explain this vishing, smishing, baiting? Have you heard about these words?
No, sir. Please explain.
Okay, okay. Let me tell you. When we talk about the email phishing and all, so these are the specific words that are now available. Vishing is when you're getting a phishing over a voice. Okay, when you're getting a voice call for the phishing purpose, it is specifically called as vishing. And when you're getting an SMS or some WhatsApp message or some social media message, it is particularly called as a smishing. And baiting is a very important trick that is used by where a USB is intentionally put down onto your table. Let me ask a simple question. If very fine day you find a USB lying on your table, what you people do? Just thought that you are a common person. You are a common person, not an IT expert. What a common man will do when he found a USB lying on his office table in very early morning? What he is going to do?
Check the content of the USB and size of USB.
He will try to inject that connect that USB with the PC. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Most of the people, there are two ways to handle that USB. One, he will submit and deposit that USB to the IT admin that I have found this USB, and the other one is he try to check himself that what is inside the USB. So there is a very important chance, very higher chance that there is a malware into it, which is intentionally dropped onto your critical system desk with some peon or with some that Safaiwala or something. So this we called as a baiting. Okay, so when we talk about phishing, so this is are very important terms: phishing, smishing, and baiting. So you must be knowing about it. Okay, now the second one is spyware and keyloggers. Okay, so everyone is knowing about the spyware and keylogger. Let me give a very brief introduction. So there are some softwares which are capable of recording your keystrokes. Whenever you type from your keyboard, each and every keystroke is being recorded, and they have configured some SMTP services onto that software only. So it can push a mail in every 30 minutes or 45 minutes interval, whatever he has selected, and that information is regularly receiving to the person who is spying on you. So these are the things that will be breaching your confidentiality. And one must aware that these keyloggers are very silent softwares. Even they are not visible properly in the process sections. When we will talk about the network monitoring and all, when we will be talking about the network statistics, then I will tell you that how we are going to trace these keylogger softwares, because end of the day it will be creating a process but with some different name or with some hidden name. Also they will be regularly trying to contact with the respective IP who is going to take the data. So we will be talking on these things when we are taking the practical sessions and all. So at this moment of time, we have to understand that why the threat to confidentiality should be taken care of. Okay, now the second is threat to integrity. When we talk about threat to integrity, the important thing is the data uh, which is being transmitted or which is being stored, it's not being manipulated. Because if the data is being manipulated, so then in that case there is a big chance of a cyber physical consequences. Okay, so let me talk that data is basically is of two types. One is a data at rest, and the other one is data in transit. Okay, so when we talk at data at rest or data in transit, both are having a separate type of security controls to be put in. Okay, if you put the controls for data at rest and data in transit, then you will not getting that much of fruitful results, because during the data in transit, the concept of encryption will come. And when we talk about data at rest, maybe your data, you used to encrypt your data or not encrypting your data, it is your wish. But the functionality, the controls to secure the data at rest and data in transit are different. So this is important. And when we talk about the data breaches, these occur when an attacker gains unauthorized access to data in the system or database and alters it. Okay, let me ask you people a simple question. If we are working on an OT environment, uh, which is the major issue you are facing? And which is the major emphasis you are going to put on, data at rest or data at transit? If I talk about the OT environment.
Data at rest.
Data transit.
Sir, can you please explain with your answer why you think so? I wish that maximum people please participate in the questions and try to be friendly. We are on the same page. We are, even I am from the power sector organization. We are all from the power sector organization. Most of the people I'm knowing already, which are attending this session. So try to involve in the session. Try to ask a lot of questions. So I'm really happy when people ask questions from me. Okay. So just tell me what is the, yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Because what happens,
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
what happens when because my data is secure as far as I know, but when it is in transit, there are it is exposed to so many hackers.
Yes. Yes, sir. Definitely.
So it is important because I am concerned about this. When the data is in transit, it should be secure.
Definitely. Definitely. What other people think?
Data
Yes, sir,
in transit
definitely,
I
sir.
consider is as commands, and data in rest I will consider as a historian. So data in transit could be more critical for a central control like SLDC or any other applications. And data in rest will be critical for APM like applications and history.
Definitely. So the thing is, it is all depend on this single word. Okay, you will understand with this single word that we called as exposure. Okay, so just ask yourself which data is more exposed, data at rest or data in transit?
Data in transit.
In transit.
Data in transit. So definitely the more exposure, so exposure is directly proportional to the risk. The more the data is exposed, the more the data is at risk. Okay, and data in transit is having a higher exposure. Okay, so we have to understand that when we talk about data in transit, there is a higher threat to integrity of the data, because this is as sir has already, MKP Singh in the sir said already said that man in the middle attack is the major issues right now. The data is going to be sniffed. Okay, the data is going to be sniffed and it may be altered. So this is very important when we talk about data in transit. So there is a higher risk to the integrity, and we have to take special care for the data in transit from these MITM attacks. Okay. Although a lot of VPN technologies are there, we will be talking on the IPsec VPN and SSL VPN. So these VPN technologies will help to protect the data, but every time we are not using the VPNs. So this is very important. Also, when we talk about the data at rest, because this is also very important, data at rest. So malware attacks are having a very big issue in this data at rest section, because ransomware is something which put on the data at rest. Do you people agree with me or not? On which data the ransomware will act?
Yes,
The
yes.
data is confidential or like that. So the
Yeah.
ransomware.
So
Because what
talk
because
about, yes sir, please go ahead sir. Bataiye sir.
what happens when attacker attacks your storage, it gets lot of data.
Yes sir.
Because you are having lot of data in your storage, so it gets access to lot of data.
Definitely sir, definitely. So this we have to understand that at the in case of data in transit, the attack vector is different. In the data in transit, MITM is the attack, man in the middle attack. But when we talk about data at the rest, ransomware is the issue. Okay, ransomware is the issue. So when we going to,
Can you please clarify about what is a ransomware?
yeah, I will be talking sir, just after this I will be talking about, just a minute, है ना, मेरे को आप एक मिनट दीजिए, मैं आपको समझाता हूँ ransomware क्या होता है. So the thing we are going to understand is कि when we talk about data at rest, the security controls are different, and when we talk about data in transit, the security controls are different. Okay, so let me answer the sir's question. What is your good name, sir, and from where are you, sir?
I am from Avada. My name is Utsav Kumar.
Yeah. So Mr. Kumar, ransomware. Let me break down this word into two parts. Okay. हिंदी में पढ़ते हैं सर संधि विच्छेद, इसीलिए इंग्लिश में भी कर दिया ransom plus ware. If I talk about this word ransom sir, in Hindi we used to call it a फिरौती. Okay. You know sir word फिरौती in Hindi?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in you can say that that your data is not taken somewhere, it is into your system only, but the data is being encrypted. Okay, some file is there. Okay, some file is there and some data is written ABC, but now after this ransomware, this file has become this star hash or something. Means it is encrypted. It is not now into the readable form. Okay, so now attacker is asking you to pay some ransom money. Okay, it is asking you to pay some ransom money so that he will might give you a decryption. So might be they will be giving some decryption key, and it is recommended that even after paying the ransom, they will not sharing any type of these key and all. So this is the ransomware attack where the data is being encrypted and the user is not able to access the data. Is it understood now, sir? Kumar sir?
Yes. Clear. Thank you.
Yeah. So now you can understand that type of data at rest or data in transit, the attack vectors are different and the threats to integrity is totally different. So this is not about the simple CIA triad. We have to understand that how at different levels the different type of issues are coming and how we are going to handle that. Okay. So we have talked about data breaches, we have talked about malware attacks, and we have talked about MITM attacks. In the later section, we will be talking specifically for the malwares, that how the malwares are working, what are viruses, what are worms, what are the trojans, botnet, and so on. And if I got an opportunity, I will also talking about the reverse malware engineering, which is the latest technology right now, or you can say it is the really need of our, because you people are getting IOCs daily, indicator of compromises with lot of IP domains and hash. So I'm working from a long time on this reverse malware engineering, where we will be talking on how to find the IOCs inside the malware, from inside the malware, that how the malware will act statically, how the malware will work dynamically when it is being going to be executed. So these are the different things we will going to talk out. The Telegram messages are coming. Okay, so let us talk about the threats to availability.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, what is trousers? You are naming about the trousers. What about the trousers?
Trojan.
Trojans. What is Trojans?
Trojan. Okay, let me tell you what is Trojan. Let me write for you. Trojan. Okay. So Trojan means the malicious software that is looking legitimate, but actually it is not. The definition is that the malicious software that is looking legitimate, but it is not. And usually you install themselves with your consent in your PC, thinking that it is a useful software, it is a good software, but it is having some malicious code that is installed in the type of script or in some other type of form into your PC to having some malicious function. Okay, so this is an important difference between virus and a Trojan. This is a very big topic, virus, Trojan, and botnet, rootkit. There are a lot of things which is a family of a malware. Actually, malware is a family, and these are the different family members: virus, worm, ransomware, botnet, Trojan, and there are rootkit. Okay, bomb, logical bomb. So there are a lot of things. We will be talking separately on this. But since you have asked, so Trojan is a illegitimate software which is looking legitimate. Okay, is it?
Yeah. Shanji, just to give an example of Trojan with your permission, when we try to download any software from any open website, like open website, I mean to say like any untrustworthy website, unsecured website. So and we try to install that software. So we sometimes we see that there is some another software or script is bundled with that, along with that.
Definitely,
So
sir.
this is something can be seen as the Trojan. Like we have downloaded one software and there is something else is also
Yes,
getting installed along with that.
whenever you
Yeah.
download some PDF software from Adobe, you
Yeah.
will see some antivirus, McAfee antivirus installed with it free.
Yeah, and that is not, yeah, and sometimes some something gets installed in your browser as well. What we call it, I just forgot that. Some
Add-ons.
some cookies and some add-on, add-ons. So that these kind of unwanted
Unwanted
downloads.
software.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, thank you for adding, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, in
Sir, one
recent
more.
past, hello.
Yeah, please.
Sir, in recent past, there was a ransom attack in AIMS server. So did
Yes,
they
sir.
able to recover all the data?
Sir, actually, they have taken down proper backups, and actually, not once. AIMS have faced ransomware 2 times because
Okay.
in the very first the speech of MAKP Singh sir, what they have said, if you have heard it very closely, that even you have checked your system, there might be some traces of malware into your system, because these malwares are so intelligent and so clever that they run and sit silently into your system, so that none of the antivirus, none of the IPS IDS can be tracking them. The simple and the simplest methodology is to monitor the established connection, to monitor the how your system is behaving after an attack, because the important thing is that there are lot of files into your system, lot of system file, lot of kernel files, shell configurations are there in the Linux or Windows environment, so it is very hard to look down. So that's why the attacker is so designed, so if in case he is being detected, he has put down some secondary mechanism, he has put down some backup mechanism into the security environment, so that in case you have cleaned the system once, he has put down some agents into your environment, so that again the ransomware can occur. So in the same way, in the AIMS case, the ransomware has again occurred second time, and specifically to your question, sir, they have proper backups. That's why we always said keep backup properly, and because if you're not taking system backups properly, it's very hard to restore the system. And the important thing is, when somebody is talking on backups, maybe I am not talking or not, if anybody is talking on backup, it is very important, I need to mention here, just try to import that backup once, because I have also faced this same issue 7 years before. I have used to keep the backup, and one fine day my system got crashed, and when I tried to import that backup, I have faced some dependency issues, some errors. Okay, so with my experience, I can say try to take the backup and restore the backup on a regular interval, on some sandbox or some development or testing environment, maybe not on the production environment, so that you can have a better understanding that while the system is being restored, what are the different issues you are facing. Okay, so do you people agree with me or in this not? Because every time we are taking backups, but restoration of backup is also a very tedious task. What do you people think?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
yes, and
So
yeah, and
is there any
just to
mobile
add what
version
Prashant,
ransomware?
Yeah, anybody want
just
to
to
say
add
something?
what yeah, and just to add what Prashant ji is saying, that while taking the backup, we should only use the software backup tools which are either coming along with the operating system or from the trustworthy sources, like from the reputed firms and registered firms. We should not be using any sort of freeware tool while for our backup purposes. Yeah. So Windows has its own backup mechanism in the servers, and so yeah, and we have many more certified backup tools.
Yes, earlier we have
Yeah,
an anti-backup.
yeah,
Anti-backup is a tool in the earlier
yeah,
version of Windows,
yeah,
but
yeah.
now in the Windows Server environment, when we go to the control panel, we have a dedicated application for backup in which you can
Yes,
create backups and restore the backups. So this
yeah,
is a very good thing.
yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for adding.
Thank you.
So we have talked about threats to confidentiality, threats to integrity, and now we will talk about the threats to availability. Because as you are seeing, whenever we talking about a different pillar of cybersecurity, whether it is a confidentiality, integrity, or availability, we are seeing that the attack vectors are changing. Okay, so you have to understand that which attack vector is affecting your which area of cybersecurity, whether this attack will hamper your confidentiality, whether it is hampering your integrity, or whether it is hampering your availability. Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss this threats to availability. After this, we will take just a 5 minutes break and then we will continue again. Let me complete this threat to availability. Okay. So when we're talking about threat to availability, these threats prevent legitimate users from accessing information or system. So this is very important. Prevent legitimate users. You have to understand, to prevent when a legitimate user is not able to log in into the system, it is basically a lack of availability, a threat to availability. The goal is often to disrupt operation or services. Okay, if anybody has known about this group, Anonymous Sudan. Anybody is knowing about it, Anonymous Sudan? If you have seen, lot of Telegram messages are coming, that is itself from the Anonymous Sudan group. Okay, so Anonymous Sudan is a group and it is actively working on the DDoS attack. Okay, and joined his Telegram channel just for monitoring the type of attacks they are doing, on which areas they are doing the attacks. Just see that. Is it visible, Anonymous Sudan chat? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I've joined this channel to know that how they are working, because when we talking and thinking like an attacker, we have to closely monitor these issues. And this group is very much active in the last 3 months. I think ministry and lot of different agencies, NCIPC and certain, has shared you lot of IPs which are need to be blocked. Anybody remember this? Anybody remember around 2 to 3 months before? This is like 2 to 3 months before. So what they are doing is they are doing DDoS and DDoS, distributed denial of service and denial of service. So basically, when our availability is hampered due to this ransomware attack and denial of service attack, so our legitimate users are not able to access them. Okay, so what is a DOS attack and DDoS attack? These attacks overwhelm a system resource, making it unable to handle legitimate requests and thus rendering it unavailable to users. Okay, so this is a DOS attack. So anybody has any question in DOS attack, or I need to explain? I think at the time of malwares and all different type of attack, we will be talking on this. But let me give you a small example about the DOS attack.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So everybody is knowing about this simple command ping.
Yes.
Yes. Ping command. Okay. So what ping command is doing? It is working on the ICMP protocol. Okay. It is working on the ICMP protocol, and what it is doing when we have a 2 or more systems, and when we need to check the system that this is alive or not, we going to send a ICMP packet to this system, and this system will reply that, sir, I have received your packet and I am alive. So this basically the ping command is doing. Okay. So just take an example. This computer has a like resource to handle 100 ping commands. I'm just taking an example. It is not like so. So in case this computer is regularly pinging this computer, okay, this is the first attempt, and maybe it is created a software or a script so that 100 pings can be done onto this this resource. So when the capability of this system, this is a system and this is a B system, when the capability of system B is exhausted, then the services that are running onto the system B got down. So this is a DOS attack. What we called it as a DOS attack, that is a denial of service. You are not able to access the service of this service B of this system B. So this is simple DOS attack using an ICMP protocol. There are different type of DOS attacks, but this is a simple example that I can give. And when we talk about the distributed, in distributed, let this computer be, and from multiple locations this system is receiving the ICMP packets or some other packets, and this system is this B system is not able to handle that request, and it got down. So this we called as a distributed denial of service. So the one single word is going to add in front of this DDoS. Denial of service is a DOS. and distributed means distributed denial of service, where from multiple locations the packets are coming. Okay, so this is a simple attack which is hampering the availability.
Yeah, and just to add, Prashantji, like we ourselves can check it in our network, like with the ping command. If we put on let's say 5 MB data or 2 MB data on the ping command, so the another system to which we are pinging, which initially will take latency, and if we keep on increasing the data, then it will stop responding to that.
Yes. You using the dash -L.
Yes.
We can do
Yeah.
that by changing
Yes,
the size, the buffer size.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if in
So,
firewall, if you have configured the class of services, then and if you define the high priority data, then via protocol, then you might be not facing such issue.
Yes, definitely, sir. So there is a simple thing that you can block the ICMP in your firewall and using the quality of service QoS and all. So definitely these type of issues can be addressed. But ultimately we have to understand that what are the issues. Understanding the issue is a very big thing, because solution are available with lot of devices and lot of vendors. But until and unless we are not going to understand the problem for our system, we are not going to address it and put a reasonable solutions for it. Is it right, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So can we take a 5 minutes break? Then we will just join again. I can just have a 5-minute rest for my throat.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Sir, can I ask something? Do we have to have a laptop with us, since in our company computer we won't be able to do some of the applications are not allowed. So,
Sir, can you repeat your question? I have just not understood.
sir, I am just asking that do we need to have a laptop with us for this training?
Sir, because sometime because this is not a theoretical training, full 120 hours is not theoretical. Lot of practical stuff is also going to be taught. So in that case, definitely you need a laptop to work in parallel, or you can write down and do it after. But what I personally recommend is do the things parallelly, so that you can have a better visibility over the dependencies that you are going to face. Because sometimes if Snort, you are working on Snort is like a tool to block the IPs and all. It is a type of IPS, and working on Snort is very easy, but installing an Snort is very hard. So try to do parallelly, and then this thing, I think that CBIP team will guide you more, that how they have planned each and everything. I cannot comment more on that, but I think this can be the best way to take best out of these sessions.
And sir, will we get the recording of the session?
I think they will take. Sir, can somebody from CBIP? Jadeep ji, can you?
Yes, sir, we will provide us.
But Prashant sir, just as you said that we should be having a laptop or PC, but for me, like if I'm saying that I have my official laptop and it is that these official laptops are secured, we cannot install anything on that. So I don't think that practical will be possible on official laptops. And even I will suggest others as well. So either you create a VM if if your security policies allow to use VM, or it's better to have use a personal laptop along with, or personal desktop along, if you want to really go with the practicals.
Definitely.
But I don't think that that official laptops may allow you to install software which are not.
The recording of this class, when it will be shared?
We will share you Monday, sir.
Okay.
And also, sir, I would like to say that the size of the recording will be huge for this 2.5 hour session. So either how you want to proceed with the distribution of the recording over the Do you want to put it on the chat so that everybody can download, or you put it on some like Google Drive or somewhere like? Yeah, because that is also need to be informed to everyone so that they can download accordingly.
We will check up with our IT team.
Yeah, yes, sir. I think if they put it on chat as well, so that is fine, because once everyone is downloading, have downloaded it, so they can remove it after after a certain period, like after 2 days or 3 days, and taking confirmation from maximum people, they can remove it there. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Varunji. So let's continue.
PPT should be shared class.
Yes, sir.
The PPT should be shared just after the class.
I think they will be shared. I think they will be shared. Not an issue. And I assure you, if you are giving full focus in this lecture, now you do not need a PPT.
Sir, one question from my side.
Please.
Sir, if we that ICMP protocol, if we block
Yeah.
or if we keep it, okay, for all.
Okay.
So how if we keep it, if we block, how it will help us to get the system protected? So can you please tell in detail how exactly it will work? We do that policies like ICMP for all, or we just need to ping the specific device from specific device, correct? So how it will help uh, secure the device from pinging from a particular device to particular device? So so can you please tell that how it will help? So
Sir, if I particularly talk about the ICMP protocol is just checking that the other server or other system is alive or not. Okay, and in case of DDoS or DOS attack, ICMP is not the only one which is putting down your servers down or systems down. Okay, the attackers are using different technique, using the TLS, HTTPS, SSL. There are a lot of protocols, and they are pushing a lot of data all due to that. But it is recommended that for your critical systems, if they are not having a web browsers or something, you can close your ICMP, and from the outer end you can close your ICMP, and from the inner side you can keep your ICMP on, so that your network team can check that their systems are working fine, they are onto the network or not, what is the latency in the system, because whenever there is a latency in the system, whenever there is a traffic in the system, the latency of the ICMP packet will increase. So in this case, in this way, you can keep your ICMP on inside your environment, and on the outside periphery, to cater the outside request, you can block the ICMP. Is it fine?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody is ready. Let's move ahead.
Sir, Chetan here. Chetan here. So actually, is there any specific tool available to take these DDoS attacks online?
Sir, the best tool is we are the tool, sir. If I say we are the tool, you and me are the tool. We have to do network monitoring, network traffic analysis. And this is important.
Like your network management team, your security team keeps an check on your network health condition, and from there you can see. And yeah, there are softwares available, like there's a one software that is called PRTG, network monitor. So you can have a detailed detailed visual of your each and every device which is capable to respond on SNMP and WMI.
Definitely.
So
and
yeah,
lot
there
of
are tools
sensors
available.
are also available these days. A lot of sensors are available, and if you have implemented the security operations center, the cyber security operations center in your organization, then we have a SIEM tool and SOAR tool, Uber tool are there, and Embed is a dedicated tool, network behavioral anomaly detection, and which is also a wonderful tool. You can deploy it into your environment. That will automatically creates an alert whenever there is threshold value is exceeding into the network, so definitely you will get an alert on your email or something. But the important part of any cybersecurity is people. What
Yeah,
I
and
personally feel is.
yeah, exactly. And just to add to Prashantji, and please don't go for any tool which is freely available. So we should
Yeah,
avoid
that is
again,
important.
like,
That is
yeah, that
important.
is important. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
Is
Varun.
Wireshark safe? Just wanted to know.
Yeah, it's a
Hello?
network sniffing tool. That's not an issue. If
Wireshark.
you are downloading it from the proper Wireshark website, authentic website, then it is safe. No issues.
Yeah, you're monitoring your internal traffic, no, on Wireshark, so that is fine. Yeah.
Is it publicly available software or it is a
So
proprietary?
it's a freeware tool. You can download it from the Wireshark website, but again, you should have your own, proper network scanning, antivirus and malware scanning things
These are the big
updated.
departments need to take care of.
Yeah, yeah.
Then we
Or you
can
may,
mention the name of the software here, no? Preware or whatever it is, that can be mentioned in the chat box.
Sir, again, yeah, we can mention it, but again, it depends upon the, it varies from person to person. Like, I may be comfortable with Wireshark, or you are comfortable with some other tool. So that is, yeah.
I think in the training session, there is a separate lectures for network monitoring and network sniffing and all. So Wireshark will be covered, and you will be given with the network traffic that files of the Wireshark capture file, and probably you will be giving some assignments and tasks to find the malicious traffic inside. Also, the unencrypted traffic will be taken care of into the Wireshark, and we will see that how the unencrypted traffic can be visualized in a Wireshark, how the passwords, if you are not using an encrypted environment, and so how the Wireshark can be used for sniffing the data. I think most of the things are covered in the class. In the 120 hours, you will be learning a lot that you are thinking of. No issues. So shall we proceed, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let us talk about the risk assessment. So this is now the new topic is risk assessment. We are actually running out of time. We have a lot of things to cover. No issues. We will try. So when we talk about risk assessment, the important and the most important thing is asset, because an asset is which we are trying to protect. This is the simplest definition that I have framed with my experience. An asset is which we are trying to protect. The definition itself is very much explanatory, that if we are trying to protect a switch, it will become an asset to us. If we are trying to protect our resource, it will become an asset to us. So when we talk about cyber security, I would say the person who is having a specific knowledge to your system is an asset to your organization. Okay, so take care of it well, because sometimes some people got and make themselves very key responsible players in their organization, so they can also be treated as an asset. Second is a threat. Okay, so the simple definition is a threat is whom we are trying to protect against. The simple definition, the threat is whom we are trying to protect against. जिससे हम हमारे एसेट को बचाना चाहते हैं, that is we called it as a threat. Okay, so simple definition of asset and threat is in front of you. Then we have a vulnerability. Vulnerability is a weakness or gap in our protection efforts. Okay, so protection efforts, if we are putting down regular monitoring and all, still there is a weakness, still there is a gap in between, then this will be called as vulnerability. And the risk is the intersection of asset, threat and vulnerability. Whenever some threat is exposed to an asset and that asset is having a vulnerability, it will be becoming a risk. So this is becoming a risk and we have to take care of. So in this coming few 3 or 4 slides, we will be talking on the risk assessment, how the risk assessment can be done into our organization, because most of the organization are going to be preparing for ISO 27001 and there are a lot of security controls that are to be put in. But the major thrust of the ISO framework is basically the risk assessment, the risk scoring and all. So we will be talking on that. and we will be doing some practical exercises also so that you can have a better understanding of the risk assessment. Okay, so this is a picture is in front of you, and we need to understand very well to understand that how a threat is going to exploit a vulnerability and all. So let's start from here. Is it visible properly?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is
So-
visible.
so-
Yes, yes.
So whenever a threat exploits a vulnerability, so just remember, whenever there is a vulnerability, then only a threat can be, then only a threat can exploit it. Okay, so when threat exploits a vulnerability, it causes an event. Okay, it causes an event, and that event will affect the asset, and your asset will produce your business impact. So this is a simple chronology of event that will happen during an cyber attack. Whenever there is a threat that will exploit a vulnerability, that vulnerability will causes an event. So basically it is a cascading effect, and that event will affect the asset, and asset will produce a business impact. And when we going to talk each and every part of this, when we going to take care of each and every part of this process is called a risk assessment. So this is a very simple thing that I need to tell you people, that this chronology of events, if we going to study each and every chronology of event, if we going to study each and every small and petty things of this chronology, you will understand that what is a risk assessment. And again, this can be solved. This risk assessment can be done and can be solved using the PPT framework that we have already talked, that is a process, people and technology. So basically we have derived 3 type of control to solve these issues, to reduce the impacts and all. So these 3 types of issue, the controls are corrective, detective and preventive. Okay. So let me talk with the preventive controls. Whenever we talk about the preventive controls, when the preventive controls are taken care of, it will reduces the vulnerability. Can anybody can give an example? What is the preventive control you people are taking right now in your organization?
Scanning for viruses, no? That
Scanning,
so
yes,
patch
perfect.
USB blocks. USB block.
USB block.
Pinging is disabled.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hardening of system.
Hardening.
System hardening.
Yes,
OS
patch
patch
management.
management.
Yes, sir. Perfect, sir.
APT
And
adjustment.
VAPT, you are everybody's.
block.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm really very happy to listen so much of good answers, and thank you everyone.
Installing biometric access block.
Yeah, yes. Very good, very good. So these are the preventive controls. So these are the preventive controls, and most of the answers that are in my mind, you people have already shared with me. Excellent, sir. So these are the preventive control, and whenever you put down preventive control into your organization, it is having a direct impact on the vulnerability, because this will reduces the vulnerability. Because if you do regular scanning, it will reduce vulnerability. If you do VAPT regularly, there are a lot of issues are coming, and you need to close that issues, whether it is high, low and all. So it is, so your vulnerability will be reduced. So preventive controls will reduce the vulnerability of a system. Okay. Second, whenever there is a detective control. Okay. So can anybody tell what is a detective control? Any example?
When we run an antivirus scan, threats are detected.
Monitoring of
Giving the
systems.
proper IP address access.
Or I can say
Other IP address has to be blocked.
Okay.
Sir, IDS
Firewall, no? Firewall.
IDS installation.
Yes,
When we
perfect.
when we detect an virus or any attack on the system, we isolate that system from the network. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good. So whenever we used to put down the detective mechanism, we discovers an event. Okay, so there is a big difference between an event and a threat. A threat will activate only when there is a vulnerability. Okay, so if we do enough actions to have a preventive control, then we will reduce the vulnerability. And when we have a detective control, then it will discovers the event. And if we discovers the event before it actually happened, or it has just happened some time before or something, so we can put down lot of mechanism, we can put down special efforts to stop that event to spread, or you can say lateral movement. Lateral movement is a specific word for that, because the malware that is being injected into a system can do lateral movement and spread across your different data center servers and all. So this detective mechanism is playing a very important issue. Okay, so
Can you
and then
please, sir, can you please give some example for the automatic detective mechanisms? Some example.
yeah. Let me give you a very small, very simple example. There is a technology, or that is we called as a SOAR technology.
Okay.
Anybody can tell me what is the full form of SOAR? SOAR, Security Orchestration Automated Response. Okay.
Okay.
What exactly it is? I'm giving you an example. This is a person, Mr. A. Okay. His office timings are 9 to 5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. A very fine day, he arrived in morning at 9 a.m. and accessing the confidential files.
Okay.
Okay. So my source system, security orchestration automated response, will raise an alert to the network admin that Mr. A, his routine time is 9 to 5, but today he has came 6 o'clock. That is even not an issue, but accessing the confidential file. So this is a detective mechanism.
Okay. Okay.
Understood? I'm just giving a very, very simple example. I'm not going to make the thing complex.
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Understood. So this is a detective mechanism, and when you find that your data is being copied, so maybe he has a planning to do some attack or sharing that data with someone or something. So definitely you will reduce some events.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And okay, now you understood?
Understood. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. So now the third is last but not the least, corrective mechanism. Once you got a business impact, once you have an hit by some cyber attack or something, you need to put down the corrective action. In corrective action, the very first thing is you need to patch the vulnerability due to which the event has occurred. Okay, so you need to patch the vulnerability due to which event has occurred. Also, you need to understand and analyze the after effects of that malware into your system. Okay, you can do the forensic investigation of your system. You can do the regular monitoring onto your system. If you are having a workforce for dedicated monitoring, you can increase the number of workforce so that each and every single communication with different entities is being monitored. So these are the corrective action you need to taken care of. Or if you have already done the VAPT, you can talk with the auditor that why this vulnerability is not being detected into your VAPT report, which is being exploited by this threat. Okay, so these are the things, and this is a very good diagram, I would say, because it is a self-explanatory diagram. It is having a correlative approach.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, Parag here. So just want to know whether it is required to system rebuild and hardening in this case.
Sir, can you please, very low volume you have, sir. So can you please again repeat?
Required that system rebuild and hardening in this case.
Yeah, definitely. When you got a compromised system, you need to rebuild your system, and hardening is required. Definitely, it is, sir. It is not recommended to restore to start that same system without restoring. You need to redeploy your operating systems and all dependencies, the other softwares and all, because once a system got malware, you need to put down from your network, sir.
Okay, so it is in a best practice or the restoration is a big.
It is a best practice. It is a requirement. It is a need of the hour, sir. If we need to restore our services, we need to get back to our new environment, new server, or restore that, delete that old data, but it is not recommended to delete the data, because once I personally recommend to have a proper forensic investigation of that server before deleting the data from that server. Okay, try to have an additional quality or development servers on which you can deploy your production data and start working, and try it in the meanwhile time, try to have the forensic investigation of the production data, because then only you will going to know that from where the malware has came, what are the different effects the malware has put down onto your system, and what is the literal moment it has tried from your server, because these are the artifacts which are very much required for the future safeguard of the environment. As the same AIMS issue, if you remember, they have faced ransomware second time. Okay, so what they have mistaken, I think so, in backend they have not checked the system very well, and they have restored it, the same system which got ransomware, but probably some other system have already the signs of infection which might they have ignored, or the malware is enough clever to not get detected. So in this way, it is very much required to put down the controls.
Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah.
And any more questions into this? Because like I would say, this diagram is can be the backbone of your cybersecurity knowledge. Now, because if you able to understand the preventive, detective, and corrective mechanism, what are the different controls? Because when we talk about the NIST framework or ISO framework, everywhere we are going to face a lot of controls. Okay, we are going to face a lot of controls, and we have to identify that your controls is lying in which bucket. Your controls is in the corrective bucket, detective bucket, or preventive bucket, and depending upon the bucket, you need to prioritize the event. Okay, so if I ask you people, which is the most priority? Okay, let me ask you a simple question. Which is the most prioritized bucket you will take? Corrective, detective, or preventive?
Preventive.
Everybody is in line with this preventive bucket?
So detective.
Yes, sir. Preventive.
Preventive. Everybody is talking preventive. So how
Preventive,
you think it is
detective.
So detective is the way,
detective?
right, sir? Because it is success before any.
Sir, but when we are
Sir,
putting the
I think all three are equally important.
Sir, both are equally important, but but when we are talking on to the priority, we have to take care of one bucket at very first level. So if I personally feel, preventive is the bucket we need to take care of first, and proper VAPT, validation, testing, credentials sharing, securing, these all things are the part of the preventive. When we have given our enough resources to the preventive bucket, definitely we can move on to the detective bucket. Okay. Are you?
Yes.
Can you?
Okay. Is it fine, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or still any confusions?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Can you please explain correctness in short, sir? Can you please? Means I have understood preventive and detective, but
Okay.
means I am not clear about corrective. So can you please in detail?
Let me tell you again. Whenever there is a attack onto your system, just think of a scenario. You got an attack onto your system. What you will do? Tell me. What you will do?
We will search what is the cause of the attack.
Okay. You will search the
scan the
cause
system.
first. Okay, tell me, you will search the cause first, or you will disconnect that system from your network? What you will do first?
Obviously, first we will disconnect the system.
So
Then we
this
will
disconnection
scan the
from the
system.
system is a corrective action.
Okay.
Understood? And now analyzing the reason is a detective action. I think you got.
Okay. Yes.
Understood?
Okay, fine. Okay.
We can
Yeah,
understand it like the sorry, Prashantji. Like we can understand it like that when you are already into attack.
Yeah.
So first course of action should be corrective. To then find out the
important. Yeah, that is very.
Thank you.
Prashant sir, one question, please.
Yeah, please.
Sir, as you were part of the transmission network, sir, you may face, sir, we have got opponents of Chinese origin in our transmission network.
Yeah.
And they came with their own proprietary software or whatever.
Definitely.
And how we are going to treat those threats out of that? Because with Make in India also, we are not going to get rid of that, because maximum local content is 50%.
Yes.
That thing is embedded wherever in our network, in our power plant also. So
Yes, sir.
can you please put some
Sir, I think
light on
your
it?
question is already is in light of the ministry, I would say, and I think ministry is already started taking care of that, and they have given strict guidelines in the CEA guidelines for cyber security that proper security testing should be done even for each and every RTUs of your OT environments. Okay. So if a proper OT testing is being done, so I think that the chance of having such malware issues in the firmware is being detected during the OT testing. Also, if any RTU is being sold in India, it is already being tested by the CPRI. Okay, the lot is being tested by CPRI. So I think this issue is not creating that much havoc, but definitely we need to take care of. And I really thankful to you to discuss this very important topic on this platform. Thank you so much, because everybody should know that firmware issues are there, and the firmwares are even not accessible to us in these Chinese Dongfeng and other Chinese equipment. So I think senior people are already taking care of this, and they have started working on this, sir.
Yes, sir. And CVRA has put some testing test labs as well, and which are mentioned in the guidelines there.
Yeah, guideline. Yes,
On the next should be at last.
I can share you with I can share with you something like that. I came to see one video from social media that in DRDO, whatever we are going for tender for purchase of, maybe these days our CCTV camera. Here also that Hikvision, that thing is has been the L1 vendor, and that had already been selected and installed in our security installations also, like ISRO and DRDO even. And they have got right now. You are telling that yes, ministry has taken step, but this is happening. This is happening nowadays also. I'm talking about 7 days earlier. I've seen it in one video from ISRO and DRDO, even DRDO lab also.
Yes, sir.
So much secure installations.
Yes, sir.
And even now with like that Hikvision, they are being replaced with Indian version like Prama.
Yeah.
So right now they are getting live feed of our system and what our security personnel or by sensitive and critical infrastructure is going on there, and even in control room. We are discussing it theoretically, but practically it is happening. Are we moving forward, sir?
Definitely, sir. Sir, definitely. We are everybody. Sir, every organization is taking care of, and if we follow the CA guidelines, I would say they are very much enough and self-explanatory, crystal clear that proper VAPT is done of the OT environment, and there are a lot of good auditors in India, sir. And sir, is somebody speaking? They want to ask something, sir? Yeah, so there are a lot of good auditors in India. So we can go ahead with them and get our RTUs tested. We can also contact CPRI for this. And definitely this is a burning topic.
सर इसको दिखा लीजिएगा और सिस्टम चलाते रहिएगा, हम लोग इसको इमीडिएट क्लोज कर देगा.
सर आप म्यूट कर लीजिए सर प्लीज.
ठीक है ना सर?
Okay, am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question that are there any like certifications already available in the market for example, like for RTU ABB 560, we have some certifications for cybersecurity compliance or something, or we may ask them that they can provide some certification.
Sir, actually for RTUs and all, they are having separate IEC standards and all. So you can take and refer them, sir. And I think CPRI can be the best organization for this RTU testing and all, because as per the CA guidelines, they have nominated the CPRI for all this, sir. So I think you for RTU testing and all, you can contact CPRI. They can guide you best, sir.
Okay.
What about relaying system?
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
How often do we need to this risk assessment?
Sir, ma'am, as per the guidelines, in every 6 months we have to do a VAPT as per the CA guidelines.
Okay. Any other things which triggers the need for risk assessment?
Whenever you find that something is happened onto your system against your will, so definitely you can go ahead for a risk assessment, because probably when we are talking about the zero-day attack, zero-day exploit, in the zero-day exploit, you people are not knowing even the type of exploit, the way of exploit, even the IOCs are not declared. We are not having any type of signatures of the malware. So in that case, definitely we can go for a risk assessment.
Okay, thank you.
And ma'am, before
Sir, I have a question.
before
Yeah, please.
updating
Sir,
any
what
firmware
about
or
relaying?
Sir, one by one, you can talk one by one, sir. Please, sir.
yeah, sorry, and before
Anil
updating any
Kumar,
guide, please sir, carry on.
what is there any risk assessment about relaying system?
Sir, it is same thing, sir. I'm talking on a holistic level for RTU or any OT environment. So if I say RTU, it is mean all the OT environment I am talking about. For the relaying system and all, each and everything is covered as an OT environment, as an operational technology, and for the operational technology guidelines are already available. CA cybersecurity guidelines. So definitely you can refer them, sir. There are a lot of things. It is a really wonderful guidelines they have crafted, and it will help you people a lot if you just go thoroughly with these guidelines. It will clear many concepts like air gap and all. They are just excellent. You will learn a lot from these guidelines. Yes, one more gentleman is asking something.
Yeah, hi, Prashant ji.
जी बताइए मैम.
Hello. Yeah, please go ahead. So we are actually, so we are talking much about 0-day and all. So if you can brief anywhere, could be now or later, what exactly 0-day attack and how do we mitigate corrective action or something?
When we are talking about attacks and all, we will be talking about zero-day attack, multi-factor authentication, zero trust network architecture. We will be talking each and everything. Whatever word you are listening in from my side, definitely we will be covering each and every part. So rest assured, because this is a very first lecture, we are just building your concept for cybersecurity. If we just jump into the technicalities, you people might not able to correlate with the real life examples. So that's why we are just building your concept in this very first lecture.
Sure. And Prashant ji, one more. Basically, if we are thinking, I mean, there are a lot of guideline comes from CERT-in and all. When we say that updating firmware of a SCADA system, PLC system or something, what exactly, is there a standard application? Is there a any application which is recommended to use for those firmware update or
Actually,
patch update or something?
for the OT environment firmware updation, there are dedicated applications that are being provided by the vendors only. So
OEMs.
Do not use from the OEMs only. So do not use any open source or some application download from the internet. Contact your OEM and they will guide you in this, ma'am.
Because we were actually talking with Cisco, and Cisco was suggesting that they have some. So we are about to go through those.
Definitely, firmware need to be updated. It is very much important. It is just like a patch in a Windows server or something. If we talk about the OT system, firmware is just a patch, so definitely you need to upgrade. But I would recommend that you must have a staging environment for that. Try to implement that patch in a staging environment, in a testing environment, that then you move into the production environment. Otherwise, your OT system will go down. So probably if due to some malfunctioning of a patch and all updation, so it is recommended that you do it on a testing environment first.
Sure. Done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Prashantji, I have one question. Anil here from ERDA.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Say here in risk assessment, we are talking about threats, specifically non-threats. Is there any system or mechanism about unknown threats that we can protect or we can plan in advance?
Sir, if I talk about the detective mechanism, that detective mechanism is itself self-explanatory, that if some threat is unknown to you, that only is going to be detected during the detective procedure. Okay, probably let me tell you that your system is finding that there are a lot of DNS queries. Okay. If you have a SIEM installed or embed installed, network behavior anomaly detection mechanism is being installed, and your device has detected that there is lot of DNS queries going outside. So it is self-explanatory that there is some DNS data exfiltration is going on. Okay, so this is not an attack, but some malware is residing into your software and your existing antivirus is not able to detect it. But detecting the network traffic can help you out in finding the possible way of exfiltrating the data using the DNS query. So this is a way. If you do not have a prior information about a threat, so you can detect a threat. This is the same way. A simple example it is.
Yeah, right, sir. But all these are say non-vulnerabilities, diagnosis of non-vulnerabilities only, right? And if we are not able to patch that non-vulnerabilities, then it will become the event, and then it will become and say business impact or say incident, right?
Sir, definitely you are true. And just remember the very first slide what I have done, that no system is 100% secure. You need to shut it down to make it secure. Okay, so at any moment of time there is a zero-day attack. At any moment of time there is a zero-day attack. There are new IOCs are coming on. So what we can do is we can do best security, put best security mechanism, regular monitoring and all. Sir, the virus will come. Even COVID, you take care of it, you wearing mask and all, but still people got COVID. So in the same way, we put excellent efforts, but still there is a chance, sir. Definitely there is a chance.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Sir, just to add Prashant, what he said, we are putting these many layers of security just to give ourselves some time to identify any kind of attack and take the preventive and corrective actions before it actually penetrates into our OT system.
Definitely,
so as Prashant just said, there is no 100% secure.
Yeah.
Please Prashant, carry on, please.
Yeah, please. So there is also a concept like a defense approach. You have a defense approach.
Defense in depth. That is.
Yeah, defense in depth approach.
Yeah.
And in that case, we will talk on that. We will talk on that. And there are different layers of security, and that layers of security will enhance the overall holistic security of your environment. We will be talking on that. Currently, we are what we are focusing on. We are focusing on the approach. We are talking about the approach, the methodology that we are going to use. Once we are able to understand the methodology, implementing a control is a piece of cake, I would say. Okay. Is it fine, sir?
Sir, can you share the major incident of the business impact in a power generating unit?
Sir, if I talk about a major incident, the power outage itself is a business impact. Or maybe if your RTUs are sending false values, and on basis of that you are calculating the load scheduling, then it will create a business impact.
No, it is true, but it has happened in any of the plants, sir?
Sir, not in India, I would say, but there are a lot of events in Ukraine and Russia during their war in the last 1 or 2 years. We have seen such events, sir. And there are a lot of events in that nuclear reactor also, in which the speed of the rotor is increased so much, and that speed is not visible at the control room because the RTU is being hacked. The sensor is being hacked, and due to that high speed, the whole of the nuclear facility in Iran or Iraq is somewhere got burst. So there are definitely a lot of Iran. Yeah. Thanks for adding.
Stuxnet, right?
Yeah. So there are a lot of such things have happened, and that's why we are very much cautious for the cyber physical attacks, because these attacks will actually harm the people. They will kill the people. So our efforts are to save the nation, to save the electrical system, to save the power system, so that our people become safe, sir. So it is a very big responsibility on our shoulders, and we have to work hard to do that. Is it fine?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So let's move ahead. I think this slide, this is one of my favorite slide. And whenever I take lecture, I put around half an hour on this slide only, because this slide itself is very much explanatory. Okay. So let us talk about something asset valuation and asset valuation. Okay. So I have talked that the risk is basically the combination of threat, asset, and vulnerability. So we will talk one by one to understand the risk. Okay, so to understand the risk, we have to understand the valuation of asset. Okay, so everybody has understood the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And in this example, what I have done, I have put down these values from 1 to 4, where 1 is low and 4 is critical, and these are the asset groups and asset names. I have just take randomly, you can take your own, and we will going to discuss that how this asset, if it is compromised, then how it will impact the confidentiality of the organization, how it will impact the integrity of the environment, and how it will impact the availability of the environment. Okay, so I have taken some values with my reference. So maybe I'm not right or wrong, but they are just reference values. So in this case, if I talk about information asset group, we have some backup media. So if I talk about the backup media, if that backup media is being stolen or it is being hacked, so I put down some values for confidentiality. I put down low. For integrity, I put down medium, and for the availability, we have put down somewhere high. And now we have to take care the maximum. We have to take down the maximum value of this. Okay, so in this, the 1, 2, and 3, the maximum value is 3. So we used to take this maximum value. Okay, and then in the pupil asset, we have HR group and impact on the CIA. I have calculated on the basis of this. I have taken the maximum value, and in the physical asset section, I have taken the servers. And in the servers, the CIA is calculated, and you can see that how the integrated availability for the maximum 2, I have taken 2. So what I am doing is, I am basically for each and every asset, I am just calculating the value on the basis of confidentiality, integrity, and availability, because these are the major goals for any cybersecurity professional to taken care of, because our main aim is to maintain the confidentiality, maintain the integrity, and maintain the availability. Okay, for the services asset transport, we have taken very low values, and for the like a software asset MS SQL, I have taken very high values, like for availability is very much important. So you can see in this way the lot of values we have calculated, and these are the basically asset valuation. We have done the asset valuation using this. Okay, so now just to move ahead.
Sorry, the physical asset, like the number 3 or 4, you have not taken. So because
Sir,
it's a server.
Yeah, you can take. This is not a final version. I've just taken some randomized value. That is not a problem. One in this.
Prashantji, this asset valuation or this threat rating, do we do actually, or it is just just for understanding it?
हम लोग करते हैं, actually करते हैं सर ये सब. अगर आप ISO 27001 की तरफ जाएंगे ना, so you have to do risk scoring and all. So in risk scoring, you have to do risk assessment, and in that risk assessment, you going to use all this concepts, sir.
Okay.
Because for each and every asset, how you will going to treat it as a critical asset or not. I think most of the organization are already onboarded on NCIPC as a critical infrastructure.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
in that
Like
case, they
for
have,
every
so they have not put down this CIA, but what they have done, they have put down 4 buckets, like impact of that asset on the national security, on the national health, and national economy, and national defense, I think so. So these are the 4 buckets. And on the basis of that, they have calculated that the asset is critical or not. Okay. Okay. So this is the way NCIPC has done. In the same way, we are doing for the CIA, because it is specific reference to ISO 27001 for the risk assessment. Using the confidentiality, integrity, and availability, we are calculating the risk values of an asset. Okay, is it fine, sir?
Yes,
and there is a practice sheet for you people also. Definitely, we will do it right now. And I need everybody coordination in this to solve this.
Sir, one question for me.
Yeah, please.
Sir, in the previous slide for SQL side, that confidentiality,
confidentiality.
So you have taken as 1.
Yeah.
So means it should be confidential also, no, sir.
Sir, definitely it is a confidential. But if I talk about the OT environment, okay, then in OT environment, availability is on a higher side and confidentiality is on a lower side.
Yes, and one more thing, if you talk about the MS SQL specifically, so data stored in the MS SQL is already encrypted. So even like if it is confidential data is not visible to the intruder, unless until he doesn't have that application which is decrypting that decrypting that data. So yeah, so that's why it is confidentiality is low. But if our MS SQL data is missing, it's not available, then our application will not work. So we will not be able to use the application, will not be able to fetch data, will not be able to yeah, so that will almost halt our operations. That's why the availability is 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks Arunji.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let us talk about the threat rating. Although we are running out of time, so everybody is comfortable. If I take like 30 more minutes, no issues, na?
So
Yes,
okay
sir.
for me. I'm sitting at home, so it's okay for me.
So I will
Yeah.
try.
For me also, it is okay.
Yeah, Prashant ji, there's one more session which is starting from 9 p.m. today, is it?
I don't think so.
No, ma'am. Actually, that was Teams invite which was sent by the CVIP team, and that was somehow wrong, because it was the time booked was from 9 p.m. today till 31st of October. So I requested them to send the the meeting invite in the particular slots, so that we should be able to book the particular time from 6 to 8. And I only requested them to share this meeting invite, so that nobody can miss it, because once it is updated in our Outlook calendar, so it pops up to us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
there's one more basically. If somebody's traveling, because I'll be traveling to Delhi tomorrow, so I'll able to join one of the session, but day after tomorrow, I think I'll be in a flight the same time, because I'll be coming back to Mumbai.
Ma'am,
So
as
that case,
yeah, as I said that the session is being recorded, so anyhow that CBIPP team will upload the recording, and then you can go through the recording session. And you can even put in your queries into chat when if you
you can put
feel
your
like
chat.
you can put your queries into chat. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so let us talk about the threat rating. We have talked about the asset rating. Now we have to talk about threat rating. So when we talk about threat rating, we have to talk about 2 important things. One is a likelihood and another is an impact. So let me take a very simple example of an earthquake. Okay. Earthquake is a threat, yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely yes.
Earthquake is there, but it has a very low likelihood with highest impact.
Correct.
Okay, and DDoS is having a high likelihood but lower impact. It will just bring your servers down. That's it. But you can restart again. Okay, so this is important. For any threat, you have to take care of two things. One is a likelihood and another one is impact. So for likelihood, we have taken some values. For high likelihood, we some high values, and for the impact, we have taken some values. Okay. Now one more thing. This impact is on these four important pillars: impact on services, impact on reputation, impact on compliance. And then we have to take average of this to get the final impact value. Okay, so let us see an example. The things will be more clear to you. Okay, so let us see this. For any unauthorized access, what will be the probability? I think the probability will be high. Yes or no? Okay. And what is the impact? What is the threat impact on these four: financial, services, reputational, and compliance? The unauthorized impact has a high threat impact, so I have put down 4 on this, and the final impact value is the average of all this. Okay, so 4 4s are 16, and 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. Okay, so in the same way, for malicious code, the probability is 3. User errors, the probability is 3. Theft and fraud, the probability is 3. Unauthorized change, probability is very 1. Okay. So in this way, these impact values are calculated, and threat level is impact value into probability. Okay. So 4 into this 4 is equal to 16. So I have put down this value 16. Okay. So in this way, we need to calculate each and every threat level rating. So this is a example for you. So I need everyone's support and help to me to finalize this sheet. So can anybody tell hard drive corruption, what will be the probability from 1 to 4?
1.
Okay, and email phishing, I want everybody's participation.
4.
2.
4. High, it is a high probability, definitely. ISP issue for internet.
Sir, what is
We can say that 2.
2.
Let it take 3 average. RTU fail, what is the probability?
1.
1.
1.
Your ICCP
What is
server
ISP
is
issue?
down.
What is mean by
1.
ISP issue?
4.
4.
4.
So 4.
No, 1.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so I
is an
think
ICCP server?
ISP issue should be 1, because if my ISP services are down, even though my operations are not hampering. Because specifically, if we say about the power sector, we have our own dedicated network.
No issue.
So,
We can take
yeah.
it. Okay. Now tell me on the
Sorry,
financial
what is
impact.
ISP issue? What is mean by ISP issue?
Your internet is down.
service provider. Your
Okay.
internet is down, so yeah, it won't.
What is ICCP server?
In the case it is the ISP issue is the ISP down, or is that any threat coming through that
No,
ISP?
the ISP is down. The simple ISP is down. ISP
Okay.
is down.
No.
Yeah, it is a
Okay.
low
It is. Yeah.
Okay, so now we will talk on the threat impact on financial services. Okay, so for hard drive connection, I think it is a low impact. I want you going to solve this.
But if there in the hard drive, is there any important data? It should be 4.
Definitely it is important.
So that
What
means,
everybody say? Just I want everybody's participation. Just say your number.
If the accounts department PC is hard drive is failed, then it is full.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. 4. Okay.
Service,
For services,
service 4.
Here,
4.
here we are.
All the hard drive has
For reputation 4.
1.
Compliance, I think it is low.
1. It should be 1.
Okay. So now
1.
we have to take average of all this. Okay. So average is 4 3 12 13. Okay. 13 by 4. Okay, so it is around 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now email phishing. What would be the financial impact?
4.
Services.
4.
4.
Reputation.
4.
Compliance.
4. Compliance. 4.
3.
Let it take 2. Okay. So you can calculate na by your own. ISP issue. Financial.
1.
1.
Services.
1.
Services 4.
Services 4. Yeah.
Services
Sorry,
4 because
services
you are not going to check anything
Use
or
that
host
internet.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir,
Reputation also 4.
Reputation. Yeah. Compliance.
1.
Shanji, are we taking ISP as a communication channel between our substation?
Yes.
So then it should be 1. Like, because if we are taking, but it is not the real scenario case. We don't use
Actually,
open.
we are
Like,
taking
I
it
don't know.
as a like whole data center is connected to that ISP in that scenario.
Then it's obviously 4.
Yeah. Then RTU fail. Your RTU got failed. What will be the financial? I think it's very less. It is less in case of RTU.
Less. It is
Service more.
Services
It's
4.
more.
4.
It will impact the services.
Reputation 4.
ज़्यादा नहीं है.
Compliance maybe 2.
Your server is down. Okay, keep it simple. ICCP, no ICCP. Server is down. Okay.
4.
1.
4. It is critical, na?
Server probability is very low. Probability is low. It has so many. Probability is very low. Like you have RAID configured. You can outside the SMPS as well. Yeah.
Yeah, for reputation.
But I think
1.
It depends. So reputation, like it depends.
So I'm just giving an example. So we have some values here. Okay. Some random values I have taken. So what is the threat rating for this? 3 1 is 3, 4 3 is 12, 2, 3, 4.
and 4.
Okay. So this is the threat rating, threat values we have calculated. Is it fine for everyone? We are just taking random values. Just don't go by heart with these values. We are just taking random values to make how the risk assessment is done in the practical way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to add into Prashantji that this sort of risk assessment is being done at least by the four persons. From them, one is the system engineer, and one is the manager, and one is the maybe CISO if he's available, and one is the project manager.
That's why we are doing it as a
every while numbering the points, therefore discuss about everything. Yes, and when they are once they are on the common conclusion, only the rating is put into there. Like if I have put 4 in the financial for hard drive, so I need to convince other 3 as well that these are the reason. That's why I am putting it 4.
Definitely.
So for example, the system is changed, the values are changed, correct?
Sagar,
Yes.
The age of system is also an important decision making. If your system is 5 years old, definitely your failure of probability is very high.
Increasing, yes.
Yeah. So we have to taken care of each and everything. Okay.
Yeah. And
okay,
yeah. Okay.
Varunji, please say if you want to add something. No issues.
I was saying that if I have 2 systems, and one is our engineering workstation, and one is our just to take normal routine printouts of the so the probability of the financial impact of the system from which I just take the printout is 1. And so it entirely depends upon the asset as well. So, like what is the
working, how the system is connected, and even when in the day after lecture, when you people are studying about the zone segmentation, MZ, DMZ. So if a system is in a DMZ or a MZ zone, then it is a high risk. then the probability is low, but the threat impact is very high. So it all depends on in which zone the system is existing. Okay.
Yeah. So it varies from asset to asset.
Yeah, definitely. It varies from asset to asset. Okay. So on the basis of this, we have identified, we have to identify the vulnerability, and for each and every vulnerability, we have to assign some values, whether it is critical, high, medium, or low, and then we have a vulnerability value. On the basis of that, when we have three important things, that is, we have a value for our assets, then we have a threat rating, and then we have a vulnerability rating. We can multiply them to create a final risk value. Okay, so in this way, you can do the risk assessment, or what I will do, I will share a sheet with you. You will receive a sheet in Excel. Try to do risk assessment with you, and I will share my email ID and just mail it to me so that we can discuss more in our future classes. And I will analyze and share it with you people so that you can have a better understanding. So this is
Prashantji, Prashantji, sorry to interrupt in between. Rather, I would suggest that you share a sheet on Google Drive, so that everybody can put in their comments on single sheet. Maybe that would be easy for you to assess, because having hundreds of different sheets will, it's a time consuming task and won't be easy one.
No issues. I will work hard for you all people.
Thank you so much, sir. So nice of you.
Yeah, thank you. So actually, what the agenda we have taken is not yet completed, and the NIST framework is still pending. So I will try to cover the NIST framework in upcoming classes, because it itself, a NIST framework, will take 1.5 hours, because it's a very big framework. So I will take in next class, but I have tried my best to make you people aware about the importance of cybersecurity. What are the different pillars of cybersecurity? What are the important thrust areas you need to take care of? And I think most of the things got clear. And if you have any questions, just tell me. I'm here to clarify it, please. Anybody has any question, please go ahead.
Shanji, thank you so much for this wonderful session. I must say, I really don't have a question for you at this point of time, but I have a request to CBIP IT team if they are here listening to us. So I have a small request to make to them. Anybody from CBIP IT team, please?
Yeah, sir. On behalf of CBIP, we thank Prashant sir for the valuable insight that he has given us today on the introduction part for the cybersecurity. I hope all our participants have now understood what cybersecurity means and how it can cause threat to our electrical power system. As sir said, next class he'll be taking day after tomorrow's session. Then he will cover the remaining sessions for today and also the session planned for the day after. So I thank once again Mr. Prashant sir for giving us this lecture on today.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on such a big platform.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
sir, I have a small request. I have a small request. So that from now onwards, it will be better if if CBIB IT team can send a Teams invite for the particular session. So it is very easy and to send customized Teams invite for the meeting. And if they need any kind of assistance, so they may please ping me one-to-one. Then I can assist them with like how to proceed with the customized invites for the session, because as the request we received today, that is not possible for us, because if I accept that request, that will block my entire month calendar, 3 months calendar, and I will not, or somebody else will not be able to fix a meeting with
got
me,
it.
because
We'll
it will
take
show.
care.
Yeah,
We'll take care about
yes, sir.
that, sir. No issues, sir.
Yes, sir. And if any kind of assistance is required, please let me know, sir. I'll be happy to assist.
Sure.
Thank you.
Chetanji want to ask something. He raised his hand. Please, Chetanji.
Yeah, and actually my
One of the small request from my side, whatever you share the document or detail on the team, we request to share the on WhatsApp also. So sometimes maybe we miss out, so we can get it from the WhatsApp also.
Definitely, I think they will be taking care of that, sir.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much.
Sir, we'll take care about that, sir. No issues.
In addition to this, we are recording and the PowerPoints will be sharing some documents also, right? To go through about the cybersecurity.
In the preliminary phase, we'll be sharing the presentation and the recordings with you, sir. And along with that, we'll have one question answer session, as also said by Chairman CA. So we'll have one question answer session with the questions will be prepared by the experts, and we'll have a you'll have to answer all those questions. So question answer sessions and a PPT and the recording of the session will be provided to you, sir.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, just now you told the class will be day after tomorrow or tomorrow?
So I think as per schedule, it is day after tomorrow, but I will not be taking that class.
Tomorrow.
My class is on Sunday.
Tomorrow. I don't know, but whatever class is there, it's tomorrow. As per schedule.
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
I think they write
Sir,
tomorrow.
it is
Tomorrow there is a class, sir, from 6 to 8.
Tomorrow there is a class, sir, and it will be
day
taken.
After tomorrow, I think there is no any class as per the PDF.
So since we started on Tuesday, sir, today is Tuesday. So we have planned like this. We'll be doing classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday or Sunday. So this time we are doing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Sunday. And next week we do like alternate like this.
Okay, now just now you told, that's why I'm asking. You told the day after tomorrow.
No, tomorrow we are having a class.
Okay.
We'll share on
Anil,
WhatsApp, sir. No issues.
Anil sir, that's why I am saying this to send the invites on Teams so that it will be already automatically booked in the Teams calendar and nobody will get confused.
It will be booked, but it should be pre-planned. Now we have lots of different works in the office and all these things. There should be scheduled.
Yes, sir. You will get the information, sir. You will get the email, and once you accept it, so it will automatically be added to your Teams calendar.